Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this topic here. As you guys know, we did a live show about a day or two ago where we were reacting to the story of LeBron James potentially going to go play with Stephen Curry to go join forces with him. Now, this is an idea that's kind of been talked about and floated around for quite some time now. But I actually want to read from an article that we read during a live, and it says this: Stephen Curry recruiting LeBron James, the reality behind that. It then says Stephen Curry linked with the move to It says reports have surfaced suggesting Stephen Curry is ready to personally pitch LeBron James on a move to Golden State. While it makes for an intriguing storyline, the reality is that such a move faces significant hurdles, from a salary cap constraints to the lessons learned from past attempts to build super teams around aging stars. The Warriors appear set to pursue LeBron James in free agency, with Stephen Curry reportedly planning to meet with him before the markets open. His chances of landing at Golden State have reportedly moved from doubtful up to questionable. For Golden State to afford LeBron, they'd have to move Jimmy Butler and his $56.8 million contract, which is easier said than done given he's coming off an ACL injury, and add in the second apron restrictions, and they'd be left with a roster built around two aging stars and very little room to add depth. Banking on a 38-year-old Curry and a 41-year-old LeBron would be an all-in gamble for one last push, especially for a team that has missed the playoffs in 2026. So that's what Yahoo Sports said. So anyway, I came across a video here from Colin Cowherd, I think it was The Herd, featuring Rachel Nichols, who used to be at ESPN. She was on the show as well. And the both of them were essentially talking about whether or not this could be something that could potentially be real. And in this clip, you're going to see Colin Cowherd essentially just shamelessly push LeBron James and Stephen Curry to join forces together, because all of this is an attempt to catch Michael Jordan. And some people have already said that if LeBron does this, like, some people are going to look at him negatively for his, in terms of his legacy. And I'm sure that LeBron is aware of that. But before we even get into that, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. The NBA Finals are here, and for me, the basketball doesn't stop once they crown a champion, because this summer of sports is genuinely stacked. I have been making all my picks on Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Here's what I genuinely enjoy about it. During the finals, I'm making picks on points, rebounds, and three-pointers, and then I can stack those player picks with soccer, baseball, or the W, and even bigger payouts. It is simply selecting more or less on a few player stats, putting them into one lineup, and following along within the same app. And it's now available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. In the finals, this is where legacies are made. You can get in on one of the biggest games of the season and make your picks on everything from points and rebounds to dunks, three-pointers, and fantasy score, all before the champion is crowned. Prize Picks is a preferred partner of the NBA, making every game even more exciting to watch. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do is we're going to play the sound for you now. I want you guys to listen to it, and then we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to this here.
We get a lot of rumors, and most of them, you've been doing this long enough, especially, yes. You roll your eyes. The LeBron to the Warriors isn't crazy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's a 45-minute private jet home. Curry, Draymond, Kerr. I mean, he likes those guys.
Absolutely.
He has flirted. I mean, he's been talking about Curry for 6 years. I think there's, and by the way, the Lakers, new owners, regardless of what they feel about LeBron, they have made Austin Reeves a priority. They have to, right? Like, and LeBron, maybe his feelings are hurt. I get it. LeBron Warriors, that's not kooky, right?
It's not kooky. I'm still not sure it's the leader in the clubhouse on situations. They could only pay him about $15 million using a not taxpayer exception. I hate that we have to use all these words. The NBA has made it too complicated. But that would be a pretty huge pay cut for him. Maybe they could do a sign and trade, but what with, that sort of thing. So that's one obstacle. The other obstacle when you talk about all of this is Steph Curry still wants to win. And that's not necessarily a win a championship move for the Warriors to make. So they would have to just decide, we want to go have fun. We all love hanging out together. LeBron's super into golf now. The Warriors famously, book their travel around Steph's golf schedule. Let's all have a grand old time and we can win some and Jimmy will get back out there and we can be the expendables or whatever they are of the NBA. If they decide to go that route, you know what? Maybe that is a fun way for LeBron to finish playing his basketball career. But I think there are some obstacles to get there. It's just, it's going to be how much money does he feel like he needs to play? How far away does he want to be from his family? And the irony with this whole Warriors conversation, Colin, is that, I was there for every minute of that 2016 final series and the rivalry that those teams had. They hated each other back then. Do you remember the little sniping in the media from the podium? The Halloween cookies, Steph Curry's death was on a tombstone at a Halloween party. So to see where we are now, Colin, our boys have grown up. I'm so proud of them.
Great. So you heard what they had to say. What are my thoughts about this? Look, I think that if LeBron James and Steph Curry joined forces, it would be probably the most talked about thing next season, depending on how the NBA Finals finish. This year, they'll probably get the most nationally televised games next year for sure. I'm talking about the Golden State Warriors. But at the end of the day, this is just team hopping again, man, and ring chasing. Now, if they just want to play for the fun of it because they want to experience what it's like to play with one another, great. But if it's in an attempt to go build some kind of super team, we don't know what they're working on behind the scenes, just to catch Michael Jordan. Come on, at a certain point, there has to be a standard to all of this, man. And I know what the spin is going to be around it. Well, how can it be a super team? Y'all are saying that they're mad old, so how can it be we all know the spin. We have all of the spin doctors out there like Rich Paul and all of these other guys that will probably act like this is totally normal, knowing damn well none of this is normal at all. And now I got to ask the larger question, what does Stephen Curry get out of this? And who stands more to lose? I think the person that loses that stands to lose more is LeBron. Because if he goes there and things don't work out, they're gonna be like, look, but Stephen Curry, he doesn't lose as much because it's his team. And what if they do win a championship, right? And then Stephen Curry wins wins the Finals MVP. How's that gonna look? You guys know LeBron is all about optics and storylines and narratives. So is that something that LeBron is willing to undergo? Now, we know that him and Draymond Green, friends and all of that stuff. Yeah, that's one thing because y'all are not teammates. When y'all are playing and y'all are losing games, it's just not. And I'll say this, I don't think these super team things are going to work anymore. We've seen the last time we saw something like this was with the Clippers when they tried to get Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russ. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Look around the league, man. Super teams are not the ones that are winning right now. With the Thunder, look what's happening with the Knicks. That's not the formula no more. At least I don't think that's the formula at this point. I could be wrong. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. If y'all think it's a good idea or a bad idea, whatever you think, leave them in the comments.